welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing Houston Dynamo FC 1, St. Louis City SC 0, 2-2 on away goals for Houston in the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup, Round 1, Leg 2. Houston Dynamo FC 1, St. Louis City SC 0, 2-2 global, goals de visitar para Houston. En la Concachampions de la CONCACAF, primera ronda, partido vuelta. Houston avanzar a la octavos de final. Houston Dynamo going to the round of 16 against the Columbus Crew. St. Louis loses because they played it the wrong way. Halftime, 0-0, 0-0 esta noche, 1-2 global, 1-2 on aggregate. St. Louis had the lead aggregate-wise at the end of the first half, but they were parking the bus. St. Louis was parking the bus heavily. Houston was pushing for that goal. They were pushing to score. They were pushing to win. They were pushing to get what they needed. St. Louis was like, you know what? We'll defend as much as we need to. I don't think that was the right call. I really don't think that was the right call for St. Louis. I think they made the wrong call, trying to defend and hold back and play the ball and just try to hold them out of the goal. And it bit them. In the 60th minute, Eric Svachenko scores. Ball bounces around the box. It's a little bit of a wild play. Svachenko pops it into the net past Roman Berkey to make it 1-0. 1-0 esta noche. 2-2 global. 2-2 on aggregate. Away goals, of course, lean towards Houston. And that's the way it would end. St. Louis could not get the goal they need. They could not come from behind tonight like they did the first two matches. Get a late goal to either save a point or save the win. They couldn't do it tonight. Houston learned their lesson from last week. 2-2 on aggregate, full time, 1-0 on the night, 1-0 esta noche, 2-2 global, 2-2 on aggregate. Away goals for Houston. Goals de visitar para Houston Dynamo. Houston advance. Houston avanzar. Contra Columbus Crew. Houston advance to the round of 16 to play Columbus. Stats are as follows. 12 shots to 6, 5 shots on goal to 3, 68% possession to 32% possession, 611 passes to 278, 86% pass accuracy to 72%, 9 fouls, 13, 3 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 2, 0 red cards, 0, 4 corners to 4. Listen, St. Louis did wrong. And it's always a situation of, in CONCACAF, you need more experience to win games like this in CONCACAF. You can't just rock up and do this. The team as a whole, the infrastructure of the club, the fans, the players, they have to have experience for this to do well in this tournament. I'm not saying every group of players needs to have a mulligan, but look at Toronto FC in 2009 against the Puerto Rico Islanders, right? The 2009 CONCACAF Champions League, they played against Puerto Rico Islanders. And they lost 1-0 on aggregate, preliminary round, to the Puerto Rico Islanders. And you're like, damn, that sucks. Yeah, that's because they didn't have experience. Then the later they got, the more experience they got. They got to the semifinals 2012. They got to the final in 2018. They've always got a chance. They play well in the tournament because they have experience as a group, as a situation. LAFC is probably the best debutante we've ever had, right? The final. And you could say bubble. You could say bubble. 2020 LAFC. Normally, when you're a debutante, you don't kick on right then. You have to have a lot of CONCACAF experience. Like Seattle, it took them multiple tries to win the trophy. You need experience. Houston has that as an organization, as a fan base, as an organization. They have experience. St. Louis, on the other hand, they've learned from their failures in big games. Here's the problem. CONCACAF's a whole different beast. It just is. They'll be good at Leagues Cup, I bet. They'll be better at Leagues Cup, I bet. They'll be better in the playoffs. The first leg, they looked like they maybe could handle this, but they still probably were going to lose to the Crew. So even if you don't have experience and still win a round, you're still probably going to lose the next round, and they would have definitely lost to the Crew. So I'm not saying there's anything different here. But it's very heartbreaking, but St. Louis needs experience in this tournament, in this type of format. with all the craziness that goes on in this tournament. It's crazy. There's a lot of shithousing. There's a lot of everything. It's like, let's make a deal. One place you got a zonk, one place you got a great moment. When you don't understand that, you don't understand it. And it just ruins your bearings. Because in MLS, it's not as crazy. Now you could say, but they were playing an MLS side. I don't care if you're playing the side from the same league as you. I don't care. There's always a craziness element to this tournament. There's always an element to this tournament where it's like, are you sure? Like, even the teams that are in MLS playing another MLS team, there's still crazy stuff that happens. The refereeing is not MLS refereeing. Let's remember, you can't have a pro ref reffing a game between MLS teams in this tournament unless it's a Canadian ref because, that doesn't count. You could still have Drew Fisher, right? But no, they weren't lucky to have that, or Pierre-Luc Lazier. They weren't lucky to have that, so here we go. Central American ref, Mexican ref, right? That type of stuff. Can't do that. You look at the situation, you're like, damn. So the reffing could be weird, that you don't understand as well. Honestly, though, they could be used to the scabs. Well, it was only 1 week, so, 1 week. But, again, personally, what I'm trying to say is CONCACAF is weird. It's a tournament that anything can happen, and when you're not used to that and have that mindset of, we're playing CONCACAF now, we got to look out for some weird stuff, it ain't going to go your way. And look at it. I don't think this game was that weird, but again, when you don't have the experience, you don't have the experience. Listen, Houston played very well. They did play very well. Houston, again, Ben Olsen's team has taken a lot of licks the past couple of weeks during the preseason, and they're still playing well. They're still playing very well, and that's the way they play. Benny Ball is actually awesome, if you notice. Unlike DC Benny Ball, Houston Benny Ball is actually pretty fun to watch. It's actually pretty interesting and all that. Ben Olsen has this team playing amazingly. So, keep going, right? And they're playing well. Eric Fichenko got a goal. First leg, Kowalczyk got a goal. It's not just Carrasquilla. It's not just Gabe Siegel or Sebas Ferreira or all that. They have a very good group of players and a very good set of tactics to build off of, and they play ball forward well. They defend well. They don't really have any holes. It's weird because I've seen DC Ben Olsen, DC Benny Ball, 10 years, right? Nothing was ever this good. It was the worst football you could imagine, but maybe, just maybe, Houston has the right guys for Ben's system. Unlike DC, and they never backed him. Houston's backing him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe DC never had the right guy. Never had the right guys, never had the right idea. Maybe they just didn't give a crap. I don't know. Maybe they never felt the pressure. Houston does. And I love the way Houston plays. I really do. They're amazing. And I hate to see them beat St. Louis because I want to see St. Louis win. But Houston played amazingly, and they deserve to go through and play the Crew. And you know what? I'm not saying they're going to beat the Crew, and I'm not saying the Crew has a bad chance against Houston. I'm not. What I'm saying is I'm very interested to see how Benny Ball goes against Williford Nancy. That's what I'm interested in seeing, because I think that'll be very awesome to see how it goes for Columbus versus Houston. I think there's a lot to dig in there, and I think it'll be very interesting. So we'll see the next 2 weeks, but I'm very interested. St. Louis, on the other hand, St. Louis, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have parked the bus for 70 minutes. You let them score first. There's something called an away goal. You score, you're through. But you went for that one goal with about 20 minutes left and tried to throw the kitchen sink. And guess what? Just like the severe weather threat they were talking about, you know if you're in St. Louis, bust! You busted just like the severe weather setup they were talking about today. I know it's February, but still, they were like, oh, this could be crazy. No. Nothing. Dry as a bone. Bust. That's what you did. That ain't the only bust that happened in relation to St. Louis tonight. You did, because you couldn't get a goal because you were more worried about parking the bus and defending, and you let them have the ball way more than you, 60 bleeping% of the time. They ate you alive. They scored. You couldn't. You're out. You deserve to be out. Why don't go for the goal first? Push on them. Don't let them push on you. They were at their own house. Maybe you shouldn't be so afraid of playing away. Either way, I didn't like the way they played. As players, they defended very well. There's a lot of plaudits I could give. Hell, Wenzel. Jesus, he played well. Dude, he played well. I saw his name on the team sheet. I'm like, oh, no Tim Parker, no Josh Yarrow. It's Wenzel. I'm like, in a Champions Cup game. They couldn't get Parker fit enough or Yarrow fit enough? No? All right. Hebert injured? Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes. Wenzel played out of his mind. Amazing. Nervinsky. Amazing. Watts. Amazing. Ostrak I thought was okay. Do I think they should have played Edouard Livin longer? Yes. Do I think they should have played Pompeu longer? Yes. Do I think... I was a little bit let down by Jose Kojima in this game. I don't think he got much help. I hate it. He's young. I get it. He got a goal. Good for him. He didn't look so good today. I'm not going to lie. He didn't stick out to me, but even then, he didn't really look too awesome. Good player. Good ceiling. He has a high ceiling, but he's got to get there. I think should have been more living. Should have got the ball to Klaus more. Pompeu, I think, should have been in more. Maybe Miguel Perez as well. I think St. Louis made the wrong tactical decisions and the wrong 11 decisions. There were things that shocked me. Of course, Berkey saved their ass more than anything. But, again, I wasn't really happy with how they chose to go about this. I think the game plan should have been score, then park the bus. If they get one, so be it. They get a second, you still go to extra time. Then park the bus. Score, then park the bus. Don't just do what you did. And it's like one of those miscalculations like the last year in the Leagues Cup and the playoffs that led to being knocked out. And I'm not saying Bradley Carnell's a trash manager. What I am saying is there's been too many of these moments, even though they've had a chance to come back and they've threw the kitchen sink and they've come from behind the past 2 games, it makes you wonder. Bradley Carnell in big moments, why does he make the bad decision? You had the advantage, so to speak, going in. You were on the catbird seat. Even if by a little, one of your cheeks were still on the catbird seat. Play like you're on the catbird seat. Get a goal. Your hiney is firmly in the catbird seat. But no, you chose to let them push you out of it. I forgot what reference I wanted to make. But push you out of the catbird seat and get in it themselves and just make that new butt print, you know? That's exactly what they did. And I'm very, very not happy about it. Trust me. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. Oh, wait. Player of the game, man of the match. I'm going to go with Eric Svachenko for getting the goal. There we go. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put it to playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along of both FC Cincinnati versus Cavalier FC, Nashville SC versus Mocha FC, and a review of Nashville versus Mocha, the second leg. And there you go. We're almost over the first round. It's almost over. Crazy. With that being said, I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. Well, later today, actually. Sorry for taking so long to get this out, but it is what it is. Sometimes it does that. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you.